Okay, we are now recording on our Coaching the Coach weekly chat. Today's chat is going to be about self-assessment, and I hate that you can't see my face. I always forget to turn the lighting on. I feel like it's all dark. Okay, whatever. So self-assessment, you guys, as a leader is so important. And I don't know if you guys realize this yet, or if you have, or if you have an issue with it. And if you do, it's okay, but we have to work on that. But self-assessment is basically standing in front of the mirror and saying, this is where I'm at in my leadership. I'm not doing this. I should be doing this. I'm doing that. I applaud myself for doing that. It's basically taking a look at yourself in the mirror as a leader and being transparent and putting your guards down, because none of us are perfect leaders. We all fall short in some areas, and we can, we could talk about that, but we're not going to. This training call is not about beating ourselves up and, oh God, I don't do that, and I'm a horrible leader. No, it's not about that. It's basically to see where we're at and be honest with each other, be honest with ourselves. And to be able to do that, you guys, within a group of people shows our vulnerability, because it's one thing to be able to self-assess by yourself. It's another thing to be able to self-assess in front of your peers. And that's what we are here. So no judgment. When we talk about certain things that we're going to talk about today, I want you guys to be completely honest and vulnerable. And hey, maybe next year when you're a director and you're watching these trainings back with your teammates, you're going to be like, oh my God, I remember when I wasn't strong in that area, and now look at me. So this is going to be something like a celebration for you guys. And for myself, because I'm in the same boat. I constantly do assessments and evaluations, and sometimes it doesn't feel good. Sometimes I'm just like, for example, my MailChimp, I have to, how many of you guys use MailChimp? It's okay if you don't, it's a form of email. Okay, I love MailChimp because you could customize, you can add all kinds of stuff to it, you can make it cute, blah, blah, blah. But anyways, so one of my areas of responsibilities as a superstar director for this group is to make sure that let's go on mute. Everybody, if you're not on mute, please go on mute. That way it's not a bunch of talking in the background. But one of my areas of responsibilities is to make sure that every single newbie that comes into our team has a fair chance to be successful in this business. So what does that mean? It means me reaching out to them, introducing myself, and me reaching out to the sponsor to make sure that they're training as well, and to the director as well. MailChimp has been giving me a whole lot of issues with recipients and stuff like that. So I kind of put it on the shelf, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. I'll do it later. So it's kind of been backing up on me this week. And I'm like, I sat myself down at the computer and I was like, you know what, Rhea, you can't keep putting this stuff off. This is your responsibility. People depend on you. And did I want to do it? No. Did it cause me a little bit of angst when I sat down at the computer till I figured it out? Yes, but now I'm like relieved that it's done. And I'm like, okay, now I understand what I was doing wrong. And sometimes it takes us sitting ourselves down in timeout to like, you sit here until you figure this out, or you sit here until you put your systems together, or you sit here until you catch up on, you know what I mean? Like sometimes we have to talk to ourselves like that. And that was me literally today. So, I want you guys to be able to self-assess. And now let me ask you this. Do any of you guys have accountability partners within the business, like in squad goals or whatever? No? Okay, that's fine. I don't have one either. And this is why I'm asking that. I'm asking because I watched a training from one of my mentors, and it's called Party of One. And basically, as a leader, in parentheses, self-assessing, that party of one is like, we have to be able to depend on ourselves. We have to be able to get ourselves off the funk. We have to be able to work our own business. And that's where party of one comes in. So self-assessment, party of one, that's where we're at today. Being self-accountable is huge as a leader, because look, this is we're independent Sensi consultants, which means nobody is this Zoom for directors, or am I okay to be here? Yeah, you're okay, Des. Are you in here right now? Oh yeah, you are, right? Yeah, no, this is not just for directors. This is for leaders. I don't know where you're at, Des. You're somewhere in here, but I just seen your message. Okay, cool. Yes, any leader leading above, anybody that has a teamie under them. So yes, you're in the right spot. Okay, so nobody is pushing us to do anything, right? We reach out, you as leaders reach out to your teamies, directors reach out to the teamies, but nobody's saying, you know what, this is your deadline. You have till this day to do that. So that gives us a lot of area to be like, I don't want to do it today. I don't feel like doing that, right? And we all do it, and it's okay. We work on our own schedule, but that's where the self-discipline comes in, and that's where the self-accountability comes in. Because like I said, we're not going to have somebody there all the time to be like, with like that whole accountability partner. We all have our own businesses. We have husbands, we have kids, we have families, we have all this stuff. So I'm not going to be texting McIlvain every day and say, hey girl, I know your butt's hurting right now, but you have no, I'm not, because guess what? I have my own goals. She has her own goals. We have our own goals, and we're working this business how it works for us. So it's going to depend on us, how we want to run our business, how we want to lead our teams. But it starts with us, and it looks different for every single person. For example, I might have a ton more back office stuff to take care of than you guys. And that's something, I'm going to jump a little bit. That's something that we have to be careful when we are putting out there on social media, because I do a lot of back office stuff. I do a lot of trainings. I do a lot of this. And I kind of had an epiphany the other day when I was sitting there, and I'm like, dude, I talk about that I do a lot of trainings. So I might be giving off that vibe that, oh, you're going to be in a lot of trainings if you start Sensi, or you have to do it. You get what I mean? So we have to, it looks different for everybody, but I got to make sure to let you guys know, and to let the followers on social media know, that it looks different for everybody. Your journey won't look like mine. So yesterday, I went on and I talked about the fun in Sensi, because it is fun, and your journey might not look like mine. Mine is and it's the same for you guys. You might not be doing this full time. Do any of you guys have a full-time job? Give me a thumbs up if you have a full-time job. Majority of us on here, okay, right? Hold on, let me turn my fan on. Once again, I forgot to turn it on before my training. Okay, so your accountability, your journey, your walk looks different from mine. When I wake up in the morning, you guys, this is my full-time job. Okay, so when I wake up, I shower, I do whatever I'm going to do, and then I come straight here. Okay, I get my coffee, I come here, and I start working. Your day might look like, I got to get up, I got to shower, I got to do my 9 to 5. During my lunch break, I might check reports, I might get orders in. So I want to make sure that you guys understand why it's important for your party of one, because Rihanna's not going to be like, hey, Nicole, it's 2 o'clock. You need to make sure you have your reports done. And Nicole's on, no, girlfriend, I'm working right now, so it's very different. It's very different. That's why it's important. Oh, hold on, let me let her in. That we understand our own walks. Our willpower, you guys, that's what it's going to take. It's the best self-development tool that we can have, willpower. Can anybody define what willpower is to you? Unmute yourself and say it. I'll stay quiet until somebody says something.
This is Gina. I'll do it. Willpower to me is pretty much going against all the excuses in your own head and fighting through it and getting the stuff that you need to get done. Like having the willpower to, oh, I would rather be doing this, or, oh, I could be doing this. No, but this is what you need to do. So have the willpower to, go against the grain sometimes and get stuff taken care of. That's my definition of willpower.
I love that. Anybody else? And there's no wrong answer. What does willpower mean to you?
Willpower for me is when you're just dedicated to whatever it is that you're doing, whether it is working out, doing Sensi, anything that you're putting your mind to. If you're setting a goal, and sometimes you're going to be like, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that workout. That's where the willpower comes in, and you got to work with your mindset to get it done and just make it a habit.
I love that. And I love how you tied in that it's not just Sensi. It could be working out. It could be putting away money. It could be all that stuff, because saving money is hard, right? When we have the money, we're like, oh, I need to go to Home Goods. And oh, I didn't know you don't, sister, go put that money away. So yeah, that's a good example of willpower. I like that. And being honest with yourself, like, that's what we're gonna talk about tonight. So I want you guys to think about the next 3 things that I'm gonna mention. And I'm gonna call on some of you guys. Don't be shy, you guys. We are a family and there is no right or wrong answers in anything that we're gonna talk about today. But I do want you guys to participate, because the more you engage and more you participate, the more you're gonna feel like you've gotten from this live, or this training, because sometimes when we just sit and take notes and then put it away, we're like, we forget about it and move on. I want you guys to take ownership of this training. The very first thing I want to talk about is self-assessment, the stewardship of what you've been given. You are all on here because you have at least one teamie, right? They have chosen you to be their sponsor. They could have chosen anybody on this team or out there in the world. And some of us have mutual friends, but they chose you to be their sponsor, right? So the stewardship we're going to talk about right now. I want you guys to think about it. I want you guys to tell me, and I'm going to pick on Berlin. You could type it or say it, Berlin first. How many people have you sponsored within the last 12 months? And again, this is not to beat anybody up, but it's to self-assess. And we're going to talk about that, okay?
I believe 3.
3 in the last 12 months. Okay, and how many have certified?
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant certified is 3, and then I have 5 teamies. Oh.
Awesome. Okay, so in the last 12 months, you sponsored 5 and 3 are certified. Okay, how about you, Maribel? How many have you sponsored within the last 12 months and how many are certified?
I believe I have 7, and 1 just joined, so I have 6 certified.
Awesome.
And then I'm working on the 1 to get certified. So
awesome. Okay, how about you, Francis? How many have you sponsored and how many have you certified?
I've sponsored 6 and 5 are certified.
Okay. Irene is building her team in the process, so I won't call on her, but she looks beautiful in her pink with her gorgeous makeup. How about you, Teresa? How many have you sponsored in the last 12 months and how many are certified?
I've sponsored 1. I was able to do that. She's not going to be certified, so I'm sort of going to hang out with you guys, but it's not going to happen.
Okay, nope, honesty, where it is. How about you, Marisela? How many have you sponsored and how many are certified?
So I just started sponsoring. I got my 4th one today. One of my people is like 200 away from certified or something like that.
Okay, awesome. Does Gina Mycobi?
Sorry, I had to go look at my reporting because I honestly don't know how many I sponsored in the last 12 months.
It's okay.
I think it's 5, and I think 3 are certified.
Okay. Now, here's where we look in the mirror. I sponsored, hold on, I have my paper right here. I keep it from last year because I want to make sure I got paid on my people correctly. Okay, so I had 23 certified and I had 30 new in the last 12 months. Okay, so 30 new teamies, 23 of them certified. Okay, we're not always going to know off the tip, but that's fine. My question to us tonight is, why do we only have less than 1 a month certified? If you've been involved for if you've been a leader for more than 6 months, why don't we have at least 1 a month joining? Doesn't mean they're going to certify. For example, like Teresa said, she has a new girl, but sometimes they go ghost on us and sometimes they don't want it. Sometimes they'll do 200 here and go ghost for 18 months. And then they come back in and then they do another 200 and then they go ghost. That's just what happens. But for those that are seasoned, those that have been in for a few months or more, 6 months of leadership and more, why are we not seeing at least 1 a month sponsored? I want you to think about that. Is it because you're complacent? Are you okay with not growing every single month, at least 1 new teamie? Do you know that if you're not growing, then you're dying? because we lose teamies faster than we gain them. Okay. Because some, like we talked about last week, they're not committed to that. They don't have any type of emotional bond or tie to it. If something happens in their life, they're going to put down their kit and walk away. Okay. So is there anybody that wants to share maybe what you feel? And honestly, when I'm asking this, like I said, it's not to beat us up, but it's more to put this mirror in front of ourselves and say, I didn't think of it like that, or I didn't put that much emphasis on having at least one, or I don't want to grow, or I don't want to grow that fast, or I'm not sure I want a team. What is the reasoning behind why we are not growing at least once a month from day 1 to day 30, 31? Anybody want to share?
Jay,
I'll share.
Go for it.
So mine is completely time management. I put my efforts into other things, which would be sales or parties, and I not putting it in recruiting, which is where the money is. So that's the number one reason. And then I guilt myself and failed parties too. So time management, 100%.
Okay,
That's
I
it.
like that. But what you said, I like it, Teresa, because we should be focusing on our business first and foremost, hands down. Our business, which means our sales, like you said, your parties, your stuff like that, that should be number one to hit your 500 in PRV. Okay, that way you get paid for leadership title. But after that, then what? Like you said, it's just time management. You're kind of getting caught up too much in just the sales and maybe not focusing on recruiting. Do you want to do that? Do you
No, I
want
want to recruit all day long.
you just want to be out all day? Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. Thank you, Teresa, for your vulnerability. I appreciate that. Anybody else?
hi, it's Desiree. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
With me, I think I'm just afraid of failure because I do work a full-time job. I do have a little one in kindergarten, so I just feel like my time, I don't want to feel anybody underneath me because I feel like I'm not giving it my 100% because I've been here a year. I'm going to be here a year with Sensi, I think in a week or two.
Nice. Congratulations.
Thank you. And I just think I'm still not 100% committed. I'm not 100% sure of like even knowing my dashboard. Like I have so many like questions and I don't know. I'm just afraid of failure, I guess is what it is at the end of the day. I don't want to fail them because I feel like I'm not doing my 100%.
I get that 100%, Desiree, and thank you for that. And I'm sure there's others that feel that way on here too. Let me give you my suggestion for that. In success, there's failure. You do not succeed unless you fail first. And even in your success, you keep failing. For example, like I have 4 new teamies that I brought in this month. One is active. One is not ignoring me. One is, like it doesn't change from year 1 to year 4. And there's times where I feel the same way, Des, even 4 years, almost 4 years into it, I feel like I'm not the strongest leader for my team. And I want to put more time into my frontline. And my frontline is personal sponsored, like Kathy Flores and Vanessa Santa Ana and Francis Torres. Those are my direct frontline. And Irene Campa, those are the people that I personally sponsor. However, we now have 722 teamies that I have to make sure that they're being taken care of as well, not personally hands-on, but I struggle with it too, Desiree, to where I don't want to fail and I don't want to fall short and I don't want to take from my family's time as well, so I'm like trying to spin all these plates and I don't want to drop a plate. I don't want to drop a plate. But then I take a step back and I say, you know what? This is a gift. Desiree, how many people do you have on your team right now?
So I have one and it's funny because she's actually my supervisor at work.
Okay.
And then she just sponsored a new teamie last week. So
okay, so now you have 2 teamies in your line.
Yes.
Okay, so you're building, girlfriend. It's happening. So now what you got to say is, look, this is my time. I wake up in the morning, you know, I don't care if I fail. First of all, you got to look at yourself in the mirror and say failure is part of success. And you got to accept it, because you're not going to succeed without failing. And that's just it. In some area, one way or another, you're going to fail. You're going to fail because you feel like you're not putting enough time into your team. You're going to fail because you didn't recruit this month. There's always going to be some sort of failure, but failure is a stepping stone to success. So please don't ever let that hold you back. Okay, Desiree. And then from there, you got to say, okay, well, my team is building regardless of what I say or not. She just sponsored. So now it's going to keep building from there. So now you got to say, I'm going to sit myself down. I'm going to look at my calendar and I'm going to say, you know what, Des, okay, in the morning, what time do you leave for work?
Currently, I'm working from home because of COVID. Thank goodness. I love it. So I
Okay.
can have my computer on my kitchen table when we have, you know, things going on, special releases or whatnot. And my daughter helps me. She likes to purchase for me. So that helps out a lot. But so I start work at 8 a.m. and I'm done at 4:30.
Okay, what do you do before 8 a.m.?
Dragging butt.
There you go. There you go. This is like what Teresa was talking about, time management. What are we doing before 8 o'clock, before your 9 to 5? Get up at 6 o'clock, get your blood flowing, take a shower, go for a walk around the block, do something to get your blood flowing. Sit down, run your reports. If you have not watched the trainings before this, Desiree, on Coach the Coach, I encourage you to go to my YouTube page and go watch those, because they're very detailed on the beginning aspects of leadership, which you're right there. You got your new teamie, she's getting her new teamie. Now you guys are going forward, right? So can that be a possibility? Can you wake up at 6 and get your day going, and then you sit down in front of the computer, have your coffee or whatever, do what you got to do, that part, that way you got a little bit of work, leadership work done before you start your 9 to 5.
Oh yeah, definitely. So that's one of the things that I was interested in, was looking, and I didn't know what it was called to look into the YouTube is. So it's Coach the Coach.
Yeah, those are the trainings that we've been doing for the past, what is it, 4 weeks, 4 or 5 weeks, something like that. Yeah.
Definitely. Okay, thank you.
Start there, and I want to hear about it. So message me. I'm going to message you at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'm going to call you. I'm going to be like, hey, are you awake? You know, no, I'm not going to do that, but keep me in the loop. Who's your sponsor, Des?
Angela Murillo.
Okay. And she's good at working her business too. So keep me posted. Start tomorrow. It takes anywhere from 60 to 90 days to build a habit. So start tomorrow. Let tomorrow be day one, and don't be afraid to fail. Nobody knows everything. You said you kind of have just barely learning your dashboard. I posted something on the leaders page today that talked about dashboard. Make sure you're present whenever you can be here, and learn all you can. Be a sponge, but nobody knows everything, including myself. There's still stuff I'm learning and still stuff that I'm fumbling over. So don't ever let that make you feel that you're not capable of building a strong team. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else? Does anybody, go ahead, Wendy.
For me, it was kind of a little bit of everything. When I first started, it's been a year. I started in May last year. I think when I started, I felt overwhelmed with everything. I do work. I'm a full-time mom, single mom, working, and there was a lot going on. And I just felt like it was overwhelming. Now that I'm doing things, and now that I have 3 under me, I could see like, okay, but I wasn't, like, when I hold myself accountable, I wasn't doing the recruiting. I wasn't reaching out to people outside of my circle. Like, I kept reaching out to the same people over and over, right? I wasn't like taking Sensi packets with me. I wasn't prepared. And so it's like what you're saying. The time management is a huge thing for me, because I knew that I wanted to do this business in addition to everything else that I'm already doing. It just required the dedication from my part to get organized, and to have a starting point, regardless of the months that I missed, that I wasn't organized and what I didn't do. But doing like the leadership trainings, or doing the other trainings that you were having, and actually following, like the methodology of how we post, using the time when I go to Facebook to make sure I'm present for like the month end meetings, or I'm present for our group meetings, or I'm checking in with even adding other girls that are doing Sensi on Instagram so I can use them to motivate me, or vice versa, like encouraging each other. Like things like that has really, I think, improved my team growth and myself, definitely.
I love that. The intentionality and the realization that I am where I am because of what I am doing or what I'm not doing. And that's part of the self-assessment. That's a cold, hard look, and it's hard sometimes. So is there anybody in this group, and it's totally okay, that does not want to sponsor at least once a month? I'm not talking about reasons why we can't. I'm just saying, is there legit somebody here that just says, you know what, I don't want to do one a month. I'm okay where I'm at. No? Okay. So day 1 to day 30, June's going to be 30 days. So June 1st through June 30th, our focus after we hit our 500 should be, I need a new teamie. This is my focus. This is my focus. This is my focus. Once I get one new teamie, okay, great. Then, right? So we have to be intentional. Look in the mirror and really think about it. Like, I'm Gabby. Say I'm Gabby. All right, Gabby, why don't I have one a month, girlfriend? Oh, because maybe I'm not. Okay, so maybe I'm going to start. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to take you just party of one in the mirror. So who's going for annual mentor here? It started on May 1st. Fresh new month. Who's going for annual mentor? Annual mentor is 14 new teamies. Yes, I love the hands. 14 new teamies that are certified by April 30th. And we all start at 0. What I just showed you guys for mine, 23 certified from last year, out the window, don't matter for this year. I start back at 0, just like you guys. I have no advantage because, oh, she's superstar director. That's why she hit. No, girlfriend, I start at 0, just like you. And that I want you guys to use to motivate you, because for me to have to be like on May 1st to start over after all that work and to see all that, and I'm just like, oh, here we go again, you know, like it, but it's rewarding. You get $25 per certified consultant and $50 for any of those that have promoted to leader above, leader start. Okay, so that can easily be anywhere from a $450 check to unlimited amount, right? They don't cap it out. So it's going to take today looking yourself in the mirror and self-assessing and getting that. Do you guys want a $500 bonus next June out of nowhere on top of your paycheck? I do. Heck yeah, right? I can do so much with that. Shop, and I shouldn't. I should put it in the bank, but I probably won't. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to schedule time to sit and look at our reports. How many of you guys do this daily? Marisela, Wendy, Nicole. Okay, why aren't we doing this daily? Why aren't we looking at our reports daily? No wrong or right answer.
I look at mine daily. The only thing I don't do is I don't like go in there and look like completely, like I don't run my reports. That's what I need to do. But I go in there and I do look, but I don't run my reports.
Okay, what do you do when you look at it?
I just go in there to see like what my girls have, like what PRV they have, like where they're at and stuff like that.
Okay, and do you text them like if they're close to promotion or anything like that?
Yeah,
okay.
I do.
Okay, so you look at your reports. Do you look at your dashboard daily?
Yes.
Do you guys have, I think I showed you guys this like 500,000 times, but I'm curious to who's using it. Are you guys using the daily tracking log? Yes, no?
Is that part of the leadership binder?
Yes.
Then yes.
Okay, every single morning, you guys are leaders, you guys have group sale, you guys have team wholesale, you have all that stuff. Every single morning, as soon as I sit down at my desk, whatever your schedule is, we should be filling this out. The very first column is PRV. If this is not going up daily, we need to work on our PRV. Even if it's $30 going up, I don't care. This sucker should be going up every single day in every area. The next column is team wholesale volume. And unless you have directors under you, nobody on here does, your GWV and your TWV will always be the same until you get a director under you, and then it breaks off different. I won't bother to explain it because we don't have anybody on here that has that. If your TWV is not going up daily, you need to be talking to your team, checking in with your team. Hey guys, how's it going? How are we doing with sales? Do we need to brainstorm? If this number is, look at any highlighted of this means, all right, Ree, there's your area of opportunity to talk to your team about and your group. Next column, group wholesale volume. Like it's gonna be the same for you guys, team and group for now. If those two are not going up steadily every day, okay, for example, there's 720 people in our group. If we have the same numbers every day, that means 720 teamies are not working. That's not good, right? And it goes to the same if you have 3 people on your team. If you have 3 people that are not working, find out why not, okay? And if they're consistently not working, then guess what it's time to do?
Recruit.
Yep.
Get new teamies, yep.
Exactly, okay? And then your group size. If your group size is not going up, that means yourself and your teamies are not putting this as a priority and not valuing this. You can blame your teamies all you want, but it starts with you. It starts with me, okay? When I notice my TWV not going up, I'm like, my TWV is my team. Anybody under me that's not under another director between us, okay? So like Gina, my Kobe, she has Olivia under her. So that would be her group, okay? I mean, that would be her team. They don't count under my team. So if I see that, I'm gonna call Vanessa. I'm gonna be like, hey girlfriend, what's up? How's recruiting going? I'm gonna tell who's on here. Irene, hey Irene, what's up? Are you trying to recruit? What you got going? What you got cooking over there? Right? I'm gonna text Kathy, hey Kathy, what's up? How you looking? Right? We have to have that eye on this. This is where we put our finger on our pulse. Your pulse is your team. Anybody that's under you in your line, and whoever your line is, you and whoever you sponsor and whoever they sponsor. Okay, I don't care if you have a director above you, that is still your line. Whoever sponsors under you, period. And then active frontline. You guys, we can't get paid as leaders if we do not have the correct active frontline. So this needs to be steadily at 1, 2, or 3. If you're a lead, it needs to be 1 or above. If you're a star, it needs to be 2 or above. If you're a superstar, it needs to be 3 or above. If you're a director, it stays the same after that 3 and above. Okay, but if you're a director, you should have a heck of a lot more than 3 active as a director. Okay, the only column that I give myself grace on is the last one, which is the new frontline. I challenge myself to do 2 a month. Okay, once I hit 2, anything else on is cherry on top. Okay, I'm at 4 this month, but like I said, just because I have 4 doesn't mean I'm like, yeah, I have 4. 1 is working, right? That's why it basically comes down to 1 out of 10 will work the business. If you guys do not have this, please, I don't care if it's the 20th of the month, go print it out today and have it start tomorrow morning on the 21st. It'll be the back of the page, and start keeping track from there and build that habit as soon as you sit down to work your business. And then you'll see where your area of opportunity is for that day. For example, today, my PRV went up, TWV, GWV, group, team, all went up, and my active frontline all went up. But the day before, I had the same amount of PRV. I highlight that. Okay, Ree, what you doing? You didn't work today or what, girlfriend? So that's what that tells me. That was me. And then my active frontline stayed the same, which is the people that are directly under me that I sponsored. So what does that mean? That means Rihanna needs to contact her frontline. Do you guys get what I'm showing you? Anybody gonna print it out tonight and use it tomorrow and every day going forward and forever and amen? Yes? Okay, great. Please, guys, because it's gonna help you focus. What are you aiming at if you don't have a target? You're shooting in the dark. This will keep you on track. Okay, now let me ask you this. What are you feeding your brain? Real talk. Are you sitting in front of the TV like I was about an hour before this, watching Bad Girls Club, watching people fight and stuff? That's what I was doing. I shouldn't be watching that, by the way, because I'm hella feisty right now. But I should be watching something different. But me and Juju, I know Juju shouldn't be watching it either, but yeah, we were watching it together. Anyways, we're not talking about that. So what are you feeding your brain throughout the day? Are you watching YouTube training? And it doesn't have to be just mine. It doesn't have to be mine at all. Some people that I encourage you to follow to get some solid training: Chloe Cox and the OG Boss Babes on YouTube, Chastity Robinson, Kimberly Polito. If you guys need, like, she's amazing. She's technical to the core. Like, she can learn to work any program and she will walk you through how to set it up. Okay, so if you're looking for any type of systems, like technical things, she is the amazing.
What was her name, Ree?
Kimberly Polito, Pulido. Dio? Dio. I think it's Dio. There's so many. God, I watch so many, you guys. There's another one. Stacy Barringer. Barringer. You guys go on YouTube and watch their trainings. They train on everything maybe that we've talked about, but they might say something that gives you an aha moment. Put it on while you're doing your makeup. Put it on while you're doing your hair. Put it on while you're driving and just listen to it. You don't have to watch it. They're not doing a dance and teaching you moves and stuff. They're just talking to you. Okay. How about podcasts, leadership podcasts, boss babe podcasts? Are any of you guys feeding your brain this stuff? And it's okay if not.
No, I'm
So
not.
I started watching, I started watching Chloe Cox a lot, like on YouTube, and like you said, putting it on in the background while I like make my bed and do all that stuff. And I'll write things down. And I mean, you know me, I've told you this before, where I'm like, I'm going to try to absorb everything I can, because I just want to, when I put my mind to something, I want to just make sure that I completely understand what I'm doing. And I want to like put my all into it. And because right now I'm not working, and I've kind of taken this as like my full-time job, like I really want to understand everything that I am doing. So I've been watching a lot of like trainings on YouTube, even stuff like on like Instagram and stuff, like a lot of like small business stuff, just to kind of understand like how to work my business, how I can make it work for me, make more money, things like that, like to be a better business person, you know, just because I'm still so new to this and running my own business, like even like as far as like tax purposes and things like that, like I've been trying to kind of absorb everything, because I'm really dedicated to making this work for me. So
Good.
I've been
You
kind
made
of
my
doing
stomach
that stuff.
drop when you said taxes. I'm like, oh, we just filed ours yesterday. And I'm like,
I know. And that's why I say it, because, you know, Mike was telling me like, hey, we have our taxes, but now this is your business. Like, you know, I'm writing things down, like everything, like tax deductions, like what do I deduct? Do I, you know, even like mileage when I go do deliveries, like things like that, where you don't think about stuff like that. But now that this is your business and you're doing this, like you have to start thinking about that, you know? So
there's a good tax group on Facebook. Oh my gosh, my daughter's texting me. She wants a Louis Vuitton for her graduation party. I'm like, okay, Mia, I'm not talking about that right now. I'm on a training call. Jesus. I will add that to the Leading the Squad page. So if you guys want to follow that page, they have tax professionals that are also in Sensi running that page. So that way you guys, because I will not, if you ever ask me a tax question, I will not give you advice, because I don't want to be responsible if you guys get audited. So I'm like, sorry, girlfriend, I don't have an opinion on that, but you need to ask your tax professional. But I'll add that group so that you guys can see that, because it is important. Because thank God for my business, because we would have owed a lot of money if it weren't for my write-offs. So we got to be smart with that. Anyways, okay. What are we listening to? What are we feeding our brains when we're in the car? Are we listening to oldies? Oldies are great, but what are they going to do for you? For your business, for your mind, for your mental health, for your well-being. It doesn't have to be about business. You can, there's one that I like to listen to, and I forget her name. I have her on my podcast. She's a blonde little tiny firecracker. She's Texan. She's sweetheart. I talked about her once before. I follow, God, my signal is so bad right now. Okay. I listen to Empower Her, and that's what it looks like. Empower Her. And that talks about everything, about like just being a female, being a mom, being a business owner. I listen to Trent Shelton, and all of these are random. I play them when I'm in the shower on my Alexa, you guys. Make Chic Happen. And you don't have to follow any of these. You can follow all of them. You don't have to do anything. Here she is. Terry, what's her last name? Terry Savelle. Tiny little firecracker, but she talks about stuff that deals with our heart and women issues and our minds and stuff that we deal with. If you're into faith, I listen to Elevation, Rise podcast. I actually don't listen to Rise anymore, and I'm not going to get into why, but yeah. So also, oh, which one is this called? Do Your Crap. It's called Do Your Crap. And it talks about daily routines as a mom, as a wife, all that. Making the most of our time. Time management seems to be a big issue with us, right? What are we doing when we're in the shower? We're thinking, I think my best when I'm in my shower, my best ideas come in the shower. But are we just like, oh my gosh, I got so much to do today, and oh God, I don't feel like doing anything. I hate my life. Oh God, the kids or are we putting our speaker on and listening to this stuff that's going to feed our brain and our health? When we're driving, are we freaking heavy metal? Are we Cardi B? And hey, I'm all for them. I love music. Like, I love it. But are we balancing it when we're driving so that we're feeding, and they're talking about building your self-esteem or taking steps out when you're fearful. And that's what we need to do as leaders so that we in turn can pour that out into our people. Okay. And it doesn't have to always be sensey. Who are you hanging around with? What does your day look like? Are you around a bunch of negative people? If so, that's probably what you are going to be or what you are. You're probably, birds of a feather flock together. You cannot lay with dogs and not get fleas. So to me, if you want to grow, who are you surrounding with? Who are you texting with? Who's your oh, I want to be just like Cardi B. Okay, well, I'm going to go be a stripper and I'm going to go swing on a pole and shake my butt and smoke weed and get high all day. That's what my life is going to be. Or am I watching all of these other boss babes because I want to get to that level? Surround yourself with people that you want to be like. Not like you're not going to be yourself, but if you want a certain level in your life, hang around with those type of people. If you don't have them directly in your life, follow them on YouTube, follow them on Instagram, and let them motivate you from afar. They may not even know you, they're mentoring you, but who cares? Okay. Number 2, we said number 1 was self-assess. Number 2 is burn the rest. Okay. Get rid of all the things that are not working, all the dead things in your life. And I don't know who, I forget who said that. I think it was Wendy, where she said she kept reaching out to the same people. Was that you, Wendy? Okay.
Yeah.
Change it up. If opportunity packets are not working for you, if you made them and you're like, damn, like these aren't working for me, I sent them out, I'm getting no results. Put it on the shelf and try something else. If you've been talking to the same 10 people about joining and they're like, no, give them a break because they need time to breathe. Even though their no is not a permanent no, you need to get more people to ask. I'm not going to go into that because it's a whole different training, but you need to get rid of things that are not working. If you're trying to do insanity, what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over the same way and expecting different results, right? If it's not working right now, it's time to try something different. And that goes in your leadership. If you're texting your teamies and none of them are responding to you and you keep doing the same thing every day, change it up. Send them a voice text the next time. Send them an email the next time. Send them a Marco Polo if they're on Marco Polo. Send them a DM. Send them an IM. Send them a freaking message in the sky. I don't care, but just change it somehow to try to get some type of different results. And you're going to be ignored 100%. There's not anything you can do to change that, but change your ways of approach to get different results in your business, in your leadership, your sales, your recruiting. Take a step back of what's comfortable to you and jump into something different. And if you don't know, go on the squad page and search recruiting. Go on the squad page and search PRV. Go on the squad page and look up fundraisers. Look up the stuff. The tools are there, guys. Okay. And I know we're tired. I know a lot of us said tonight that we have a lot going on. We're busy moms, we're busy wives, we're full-time workers, we're part-time workers, we're softball moms, we're soccer moms, we're baseball moms, we're all the stuff, and we're tired, right? I get it. It's heavy. Some of us are carrying some pretty heavy stuff tonight. And I'm not going to get into that because I don't want to cry again like I do every single live now. It feels like I'm like, stop being a crybaby, Reed. But I get it. And I don't know if any of you guys feel this way, but I feel like Scentsy is an outlet and it's therapeutic to me. And it's something that I come to as an escape and something that makes me feel better. Okay. Even when I'm dealing with some drama in our team that doesn't need to be discussed, even when I'm able to come and say, this is my place that I can feel good with. And recruiting is the main part that we get tired and frustrated with, right? Can I get an amen? Like, we're like, damn, this is hard. And like I mentioned, time after time, recruiting is the hardest part of our business, but it's the most rewarding. When I get to hear, for example, Vanessa, I'm going to use you as an example. When I get to hear that she's not working right now, and this has become slowly but surely her main source of income, and knowing that I reached out to Vanessa more than once, and she finally said yes, but knowing that this is a blessing to her life refreshes me. The Bible says, refresh others and in turn you will be refreshed. And this is where we have to keep steady. And I don't know if all of you are believers or not, but I am, so I'm going to speak what I know. If you want to keep growing, if you want to be refreshed, we have to keep refreshing others. And it doesn't necessarily have to be in our team. It could be in our marriage. It could be in our kids. It could be wherever. But tonight I'm talking about our team. I know you're tired. I know you're frustrated. I know you feel like you're trying everything and nothing's working, or you're struggling and people just keep saying no and you're running out of avenues. I get it. But when I see that, and when I see Kathy Flores set up now with Scentsy as a big part of her income, and knowing I was part of that a couple months back, and knowing like, wow, you know what I mean? It makes it all worth it. Okay, so I understand you guys. And once we hear, do you guys have anybody on your line that says, you know what, I'm so blessed to have this Scentsy in my life? Do you guys have anybody that's ever told you that? Gabby, yes? Just Gabby? Kathy? Olivia? Okay. It's worth it, you guys, because what did I say? Sponsoring is not about us, and it's not about promoting, and it's not about earning an incentive. It's not about getting the annual mentor award. When we take ourselves out of the equation and we say, how can this bless Vanessa? How can this bless Kathy? How can this bless Olivia? These are like friend. Okay, so I know this girl's struggling right now, or maybe they're not struggling. Maybe it's just something that you want to bring out, and then it turns into be something completely, like Vanessa wasn't struggling when she joined Scentsy. They were not struggling, but this has ended up being a blessing to their lives financially. So, hey, right? What does a week look like in your business? Monday through Friday. I don't want detail from the minute you wake up. I want to know Monday through Friday. How much time do you put into your business daily? Berlin. Berlin said, I have a few who said something.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was right. I was typing something.
I just seen it. I'm like, oh, okay.
Sorry. I work throughout the day, when I wake up in the morning, when I brush my teeth and set on my kids with their breakfast, because they're super demanding every morning. So, and then I try to, cool myself down, drink my coffee, and then I get on my workstation. I'll see my PRVs, what I need to work on, and then my teammates PRVs, who needs help, who's crushing it, and with shout outs and just encouraging all of them, like they're all doing so amazing. At the same time, like work on their little weaknesses and strengths, like I'm trying to figure out. So I do have a group chat, and we discuss it as a team as a whole, and then tell them, like, if you want anything privately, if you want one-on-one, let me know, message me privately so we could do this one-on-one. So that's what I've been doing every day with my team.
Okay, thank you. How about you, Elizabeth? What does your Monday through Friday look like for your business? I don't know if she's unable to mute. Vasquez, Miss Vasquez.
Oh, sorry, my thing was muted.
Okay.
Monday through Friday. So in the morning, I'll get up. I always make myself a coffee, and then I'll get breakfast for my son, and then I'll eat too. And then I'll usually message my girls, see what their day's like, how they're gonna be doing, and like a lot of them. I know Jackie, she added 4 new teamies this month, and she's wanting to hit shooting star, and I'm like rooting for her. I know she's gonna do it. But Monday through Friday, I'll usually, I did what you said the last meeting, is set hours, because I noticed a lot of the time I was always on my phone, and I needed to kind of like get away from it and spend time with like my family, and not even for that too, it's just like for myself, because I would always catch myself on my phone, and I'm like, I need to get off my phone. Even if I work for my phone, I still need to like spend time with my family and just get that like mental break too for myself.
I love that. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Ophelia? I know you're new, but what does your Monday through Friday look like right now that you just started and you started building a team right away?
I haven't built a team, but I am trying to reach out to people on my Facebook Messenger and just private message them, and just get to know them one-on-one. I mean, not get to know them, I'm sorry, kind of introduce the product to them. I think Gina posted something about the flowers, and so far I've gotten 9 orders. So I'm building, I'm getting there. I'm trying to see if I can recruit maybe 1 or 2. I'm starting, so I'm scared and to talk about recruiting because I don't know how to do it and what's the right approach to it. So that's something that maybe we can discuss one-on-one, maybe with you or Gina.
I've actually done a training on it under the squad goals page, and it's called Sponsoring Lifestyle. If you go under the Facebook squad page and go into the search tab and put sponsoring, it'll pop up. Watch that. That'll be good for you. Okay. What our business looks like Monday through Friday is important, and it's going to show what our work week looks like will result in our month end results. If Monday through Friday you are making excuses why you cannot work your business because you got a kid, you got a husband, you got a job, you got you got life, you got it's going to show. And we have to learn, in spite of our business, I mean, in spite of our family, we should be doing it because of our family, in spite of shouldn't be like, oh, I can't do it because. Instead, it should be, I'm going to do it because, right? So our Monday through Friday is going to reflect at the end of the month. Take Saturday and Sunday off. I don't care, whatever. But what are we doing Monday through Friday? If you are trying to build, if you have a 9-to-5 job, and I've said this a couple of times, if you have a 9-to-5 job, that's your job, okay? 9 to 5 is your job. Anything after that is your dream. Those after hours, those late nights that you put in, when the kids go to sleep, when husband's asleep, and you go on your computer and you follow up with customers via email and you check your numbers and you're doing happy mail while everybody's sleeping, all of that is going to pay off, you guys. I promise you. If you stay consistent, it will pay off. I know you get tired, but if you want it, girlfriend, you got to go get it. Nobody's going to come and give it to you unless it's like Publishers Clearinghouse coming and give you a giant check at your door. We're going to be wrapping it up shortly, but are we going live on our Facebook? I mean, on our Instagram? Are we showing the experience? Are we showing the lifestyle? And this is something I talk about with customer base, with sponsoring. We have to make this look appealing, which it is, but we have to show the fun part. Okay. Our packet's not working. Don't do it anymore. Do something else. We have to be intentional with our conversations that we have, and we have to refresh ourselves. Number 3 is refresh. Go back to the stool, right? The foundations. If you guys haven't seen it yet, it's in the files, the 3 legs of success. We should always be resorting back to this. When we get tired and run out of stuff, okay, well, let me start over again from the stools. They're there for a reason. We have to have a plan of attack, our mini habits, right? And I asked this last time in one of our trainings, and I didn't get one single back. And it is what it is. But I'm going to ask you guys one more time. If you don't do it, that's fine. Your job, whatever you want. I asked you guys to fill out the shoot, I think I threw it away. The action plan sheet for the new ones that we did. I think it was under the very first Coaching the Coach plan that we did, or the second one. Fill it out. Damn it. I think I threw it out with my other paper and I didn't mean to. It's under there. It's under the files, under leading the squad, under files, and it's under action plan recruiting. Okay, they're all different. They have different, there's PRV, there's recruiting, there is self-care or something like that. I don't know. Print that out, and I want you to write it out and send me a screenshot of it. Like I said, you don't have to do it, but I want to partner with you. If you want to be partnered with, write out the 3 bullet points, the 3 things that you're going to do, 3 activities to recruit. Okay, I'm going to make opportunity packets. Number 2, I'm going to get 2 teamies this month. Number 3, whatever your plan is to get a new teamie this month. And then under effectiveness, like for example, if you put, I'm going to do 5, I'm going to recruit 1 person this month. Okay, how? Under effectiveness, I'm going to message 5 people this week until I get my 1 or whatever, until 1 says yes. And then the results is at the end. Okay. And then I'll go through it with you, but activity, effectiveness, results. I want you guys to do it if you want to, and screenshot it to me. Most of you have my cell phone number. If you don't have my cell phone number, get it from somebody on here or your sponsor, because it's there. They all have it. We'll talk about that, whoever sends it to me. Okay. And I just wanted to end with this. It's from from Heidi Thompson, which is one of our CEOs. She was talking about growth mindset in 2017. And she says, Heidi confronts the barking beast we all have in our heads that tell us we don't have what it takes to achieve our goals. She reveals that the beast tells us that talent, ability, and intelligence are fixed. But when we apply a growth mindset, we tell ourselves that we are capable and that with time and persistence, we can achieve those goals. Instead of fear of failure, those with growth mindsets focus on overcoming obstacles, learning new skills, and putting in the effort required to achieve our potential. These skills and the others that are part of having a growth mindset are especially important in business growth and team leadership. Heidi encourages us that when we can't do something, to remind ourselves that we simply can't do it yet. We haven't sponsored yet. We're struggling this month, but we're going to do it. We just haven't done it yet. Okay. Tame the barking beast in your head. Own your gratitude. Turn I can't into I don't know how yet. Work your brain like a muscle. Seek learning, not approval. Celebrate growth with others. Find inspiration in their success. Don't hate. Don't hate. Find inspiration in their success. Reward actions, not traits. Effort, not talent. Understand genius is not born, it's made, so make it. Set a new goal for every goal you accomplish. So if you accomplish one, set a new one. You're not done. It's just, you just keep going. Cultivate grit. Thrive on challenge. Welcome hard work. Believe in yourself. Trust your heart. Take risks. Reflect often. Turn around and look at how far you've come, because it may not feel that way, but you have come a long way. I know a lot of you guys that never did a live before in your life, and you were scared and you were not confident in the business. Do what you love. Stop wasting time. Accept criticism as an invitation to be better instead of defensive. Comebacks require setbacks, so take them head on. Embrace your crazy hot mess life. Replace failing with learning. Value the process. Grow your purpose like a garden. Live your passion. Love your journey. Become your potential. Have no fear. Swing for the fences and swing real hard. That was from Heidi. Okay, she talked about that in at one of our SFRs. Okay. I have this book because it was given to the SSGs for the summit this year. And I'm like, oh, I love this. All right, guys. Have confidence in yourself. And I'm impressed by all of you who keep showing up every single week. And it shows that you guys want it. Self-assess tonight, tomorrow, this week. Don't beat yourself up. That's not what this is for. It's time to take a reality check and see what you really want. What do you want? You want to grow? Let's go for 1 a month. My head's down. I'm gonna hustle hard till I get it. And I'm gonna reach out to my friends, to my sponsors, to my directors until I get some type of, I'm gonna break through. I'm gonna do everything. I'm gonna watch YouTube. I'm gonna motivate myself. I'm gonna listen to podcasts. I'm gonna feed my brain. I'm gonna feed my heart. I'm gonna be the best version of me, and I'm gonna go for what I want. And that's what we have to tell ourselves, okay? And then put the action behind it, not just tell ourselves how to sit on the couch for 6 hours a day and then complain that or be pissed off because you don't have new teamies. So, all right, guys, does anybody have any questions before we wrap this up? Questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, ideas? No? Okay. All right, guys. Thank you guys again for being on here, and let's roll. And send me those freaking action plans if you guys want. If you want, I mean, whatever. I mean, I may know a little bit of what I'm talking about, but it's up to you.
Where do we get the plan?
Yeah,
The
that's what I
action
was
plan?
gonna ask.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Where do we get the action plan? Because I went under the I'm under files on leading the squad, and I see the action plan called details PDF, but it doesn't say like what you were saying that it said.
Hold on. It might not be uploaded right. Hold on. Okay, files. I have it under PDF. So it should just print.
There's one called action plan called details PDF, but that's the only one I see that's action plan.
It might just be in as a, I wonder, did I save it as a PNG? Hold on. Let me look under search and then go action plan. Yep, they're under PNG. So they're here.
Okay.
Type under the search bar action plan and it'll pop up. So there's PRV action plan, there's leadership action plan, and there's recruiting. I want you guys to do the recruiting one. Okay, and then you're going to put the actions. I'm going to post on my social media I'm going to get 2 new teamies. I'm going to reach out to 5 people. Okay. Now, how are you going to do it? I'm going to schedule Tuesday and Thursday. I'm going to reach out, break it down. And then the result is as we're going. You'll get the results as we go. But fill those out and send it to me. Print it from here. Send her search. And then type that in action plan. Thank you for mentioning that, Gina.
Thank you.
All right, ladies. Well, cheers to another Thursday night training, and we will talk soon. Let me know if you have any questions. Reach out to me, okay?
Sorry, where do we see that video about reaching out to people?
Under the squad goals page, type in the little search bar sponsoring, and it'll pop up a video that I did recently.
Okay, awesome.
And you
Thank
can also go on my YouTube. It's on there as well. I'll post it right now on the leadership page, my YouTube again, just in case. Okay. Any other buddy? Jesus.
Thank
Christ.
you.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.